All right, everybody. Today I'm talking about mastering the art of war. It's a great supplement to the art of war. Got my lighting kind of funny here. And then, so this is the one I went over today on the video that I guess I didn't even put it up yet. But I'm going to explain it. It's from Mastering the Art of War. And it talks about how the masters of Hawaiian says on adventurism. Covetous people with many desires are lulled to sleep by power and profit. Okay, so he's saying that the desire for fame and status is actually a bad thing, and it is if you think about it. I mean, if you focus, the paradox is if you focus on winning, you lose. You have to focus on your task wholeheartedly without that longing. Like the Art of War says, one advances not for glory. So it says they wish to rise in the world through longing for fame and status, right? And so that's the American thing, really. I mean, with all the stuff that's on TV, and everybody wants to be a star and a football player, and that's not bad, but it's carried on into all fields of life, walks. And so they wish to rise in the world through exceptional cunning. So their vitality and spirit are daily depleted. They want to use cunning to get to the top. That's, cunning is, kin to the serpent. I mean, you're fooling people, you're using deception, and you do need to use deception on the enemy. But I guess what's implied here is that you're deceiving all kind of people. There is no real strategy in the sense of virtue along. When you gather people, when you get people on your side, it's because you're all kind of part of a team, even though you might move from that company to another company. But on a virtuous level, you're still on the same level. Whereas you can't, a person, if they'll stoop to a lower level and then pretend like you're on a higher level and then stab them in the back and then go lower level, that's kind of what they mean. Through exceptional cunning, they rise, but that's not building a good foundation, right? So he says their spirit and vitality is daily depleted, and become further and further away. Their vitality and their spirit, it's become darker and kind of vanish. So, and then to go on, the other part I talked about was this from the I Ching, and that's when you do not persist forever in an affair, there is a little criticism, but the end is auspicious. And in the Art of War, that's what it's all about. I mean, it's all about military operations based on speed. He said, I've seen military operations that were clumsy and swift, but I've never seen a skillful one that lasted a long time. That's because the whole idea of a conflict is to resolve it as fast as possible. And the longer, it's more money, it's more expensive, it's more casualties in a war, but it applies to anything. It's just going to be more resources used up. You're eventually going to get tired, and, it's going to be a war of attrition, a slugging match. Nobody, that's why the whole thing is about victory without battle. This is because that's what it says. Contention in general is not something that should be prolonged. And that's what I just said. You think about it, an argument, how long are we going to go on with this? It shouldn't have, the art of war is the less needed, the better, right? So if you can solve in a few words, even a gesture, like the Art of Worldly Wisdom said, more can be learned from a gesture than the 7 arts combined, So, yeah, the weak people in low positions, in particularly, hardly ever have any luck in contention. I mean, think about it. If you're going, like, let's say, your boss or something, and you know that what they're saying or doing is wrong, maybe, or your superior, any superior, and they use words and insist that they're not, that they're right and that you're wrong, even though you know that they're wrong. If they want to win, they're gonna win because of the structure, the power structure. So that's the politics, the physics, and the psychology. And the reality is that if that's what they want to do, be it virtuous or not, they're going to win, right? And so because of that, it makes it harder for people in lower positions, especially if you're weak and don't know how to maneuver and all of that, they're gonna crush you, right? So they rarely have any luck in contention. So that's why it's easier to argue with somebody when you're at the top or above them, or in a sense you've already won if you really want to. It depends on how virtuous you are. You want the truth, or you want to just win. you know. And the Art of War is about finding the truth, right? So I'm Austin with the Art of War Made Easy. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. You know, I'm switching up the videos. Sometimes I do them different. So if you just prefer one certain type of playlist, then you can just keep up on that playlist. I know that they're different, but it makes it easier for me to go in detail in different ways. You know, visual. You know, these type are more of substance, more rich information. You know, but some people don't like. I might not be that magnetic of a character or not. But subscribe. I'm gonna try and do something at least twice a day, and I'll see you soon. All right.